There it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Underrated Sports Show. It's going to be a special tonight, athletes. We have to talk about this, it's going to deal with sports. Um, Athletes not disciplined. Um, we have to chime in this. So let me get these announcements out the way so we can hear from She Stay Sleep. She Stay Sleep did a powerful live stream as he always do. Check out his car series, ranting. It is very, very educational. He always tell the truth, but check this one out. It is alarming. It's educational, and we have to be on code. We have to understand what's going on, us as melanin people. But I'm not gonna tell you everything. I just want you, when you have time, I want you to go back and finish that by a good 5-6 minutes. Let me get me out the way first. I'm sorry. Subscribe and like Underrated Darkness. That's my channel. JT Better Than Ever. Every Monday, Underrated Sports Show. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. When my brother right here, She Stay Sleep. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Because there's some people say, AM, no. 7 p.m. Eastern. It's on Eastern Time. All right. Also, I'll be doing my cooking shows. I did one. Not cooking. I'm sorry. I'll be on my fellowship live. So I do that every Sunday. So I encourage us again to be at the table and have conversations. And it's good. Now I've been grinding all through the weekend. So I want you to check my stuff out. Okay. If you want to know more about me, yours truly, Jerry Thomas. Facebook page, Facebook group, JT MVP. Thinking for ourselves. I also, when She Stay Sleep, when he did his live earlier, during the time, I shared that on my link. So watch out. So look for that. Also, my Twitter account, all in caps, at JT Blackman 44. Also, my Instagram account, the same name as YouTube, the Underrated Darkness. All right. I want you to say a prayer to my brother. I'm in this joint venture with Ernest Jones. The company name AnsAllToys.com. AnsAllToys.com. He's in the hospital, but he's doing okay. So check us out. Wherever you purchase, you get 10% off when you use my code MVP, economic in our community. Also, we emphasize and strengthen the relationship between the black man and the black woman. So, brother, She Stay Sleep. Good evening.
What's going on, bro? Peace to you. Peace to everybody in the chat. Glad y'all tuning in again this week. Always much appreciated. Definitely gonna have a discussion tonight that definitely needs to be had. For athletes and upcoming athletes. A lot of us put our children into sports, and it's very very important that we have this discussion, man, because it's becoming rampant, with our people, man. A lot of us, I'll just get into it once we get into it, but I think this will be a very helpful and informative show, man, because we got to learn from other people's mistakes. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. But shout out to everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, and then what we're gonna do, we usually stick to the topic. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna invite you, Sonny, in a few minutes. So stay tuned for that. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about different athletes of different sports that be in trouble, and we gotta learn from that. All right. Like I said, sometimes Ovato, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna have to do this and that. But this topic that me and she stay sleep, we have been talking about this for a long while now. And it's become academic in our community. And be it then the sad thing about it, you know, our young people have been affected, families has been affected. So this has to be talked about. We have to have this show. And the first one we're gonna talk about Adrian Broner. I'm just gonna browse through it and everything. And matter of fact, hold on. Let me get Sonny in there. Go through. But we're gonna talk about Adrian Broner. So Sonny, I'm seeing the link. Come through. All right. So I'm gonna go through it. This is about Adrian Broner, boxer. Okay. Legal trouble continued Monday when the fourth division boxing champion was arrested in Atlanta mall charge a misdemeanor sexual battery. Broner, 28, who has a history of arrest, jail sentence dating back 2007, was booked early Tuesday morning in Fulton County Jail, according to county records. Local police told TMZ Sports that a woman accused Broner of inappropriate groping her at the Lennon Square shopping center. Broner, who denied the charges to police, was scheduled to face a judge around 9 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday. I'm not going to talk about, well, I'll read this anyway. Broner, 33-3, 24 knockouts, has fought since one side decision loss to Mike Garcia at junior welterweight last July. He currently scheduled to face Omar Figueroa Jr. 27-1-1 KO on April 21st, 2000. April 21st at the event at Showtime card to be determined. That's passed, so we will talk about that. The often troubled Broner, nickname The Problem, is fresh from the tumultuous 2007 outside ring, despite taking at length the build-up to his loss Garcia last summer about how much he had matured, changed. Really? Okay, Broner couldn't keep his name out the police blotter. He was arrested last April on an open warrant from 2014 after Kentucky police pulled him over at a rental SUV with 8 bullets hole in the side. Days later, after attending Shawn Porter Andre Berto matchup in Brooklyn, New York, Broner laughed off the incident outside the arena and tell the reporters every killer wants a celebrity on their list. And I seen that and it was stupid. After failing to show his subsequent court date, Broner was sentenced to 3 days in jail in May for contemporary of court. 4 months later, video surfaced of Broner punched a man and pushed a woman on a street corner in Vegas, which led to a warrant to his arrest. Broner, a former top amateur who was forced to miss the 2008 Olympics when he was sentenced to 14 months in jail. I did not know that. Has a criminal history involved with multiple charges of battery and armed robbery. Despite multiple interventions of those around him, including Big Bro Floyd Mayweather, the native of Cincinnati has been unable to get his personal life on track. In October 2016, Broner posted a series of cryptic messages on his Instagram account. He teasing with his suicide. Let's see. I guess that's it. Also, she stay asleep. While I'm looking for some more stuff, you go chime in, my brother. And after that, Sonny.
Well, first of all, I want to say peace to my brother Sonny on the panel. Um, my thing, you know, with um Adrian Broner is the guy's like, I don't understand why he's so troublesome. and he it's like trouble seems to follow him for some reason. And I know, some people may say, well, this happens to a lot of black athletes or black entertainers, and they be trying to set people up and all of this types of stuff, especially with the woman saying that he groped her and all of that. That could have been, some bullshit. I'm not gonna ignore that fact. I'm not gonna ignore the fact that, you know, certain things that happen to our black athletes and celebrities are bullshit. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not true. But my thing is this: why doesn't it happen to the big celebrities like Floyd? Why doesn't Floyd get in a lot of trouble? Why doesn't um a lot of other black athletes, they don't get in trouble a lot? And I think it's because they have discipline. They're focused. They're not, see, Floyd ain't start going to clubs and popping bottles and all of that shit till later on in his career. Broner likes to be in bad environments that doesn't cater to his type of celebrity. You shouldn't be in the hood in Atlanta in the strip club where dudes is outside with guns, where dudes get robbed, where all the foul shit go down. You shouldn't be around that. But you keep putting yourself in this environment where things can happen. And there's no excuse for that. If you keep putting yourself in an environment where shit can happen, shit is gonna happen. Now, shit can happen anywhere. Granted, shit can happen to you in Hollywood. But come on, y'all. We gotta think. But I believe Adrian Broner's problem is he thinks, see, he don't want to respect the fact that he is famous now. That's why he still want to be in the hood. Now, I'm not saying not to go see your folks, not to be around your people, but you got to know when and how to do that. You can't be in Bankhead running around in the hood with dudes with your chain out and all that type of shit. You can't be, you just cannot be in certain environments anymore because who you are and because what you're trying to establish. Now, if you want to be one of the greatest boxers ever, why the hell are you running around in bullshit strip clubs and all of that type of shit? Why? You putting yourself in danger. You putting yourself in danger for you to get hurt or for somebody around you to hurt someone else in defense of you. When at the end of the day, the person who hurt somebody for you, they're gonna blame you for it. When the situation hits the media, it's gonna say Adrian Broner. It's not gonna say Adrian Broner's bodyguard or his security or whatever. It's gonna say you. They're gonna put your face up there. So my whole thing is these guys got to be more disciplined. They need to be more focused. Stop trying to run around and be cute and do all that shit, because none of that shit matters at the end of the day. And none of that shit is going anywhere. The strip club is not going nowhere. And this is why I respect Floyd Mayweather so much, because he was serious, dedicated, disciplined, and determined to be the greatest fighter ever. And that's why he is. Because he had the discipline. He wasn't smoking weed. He wasn't drinking liquor. He wasn't running around with street cats. He wasn't running around with big ass chains on, hopping out his car, running up in bullshit clubs. He wasn't doing none of that. He was focused on becoming great. And Adrian Broner says he wants to be great, but he's not doing what he's supposed to become that. Because nobody's gonna consider you great and you got a fucked up image in the public's eye. You see?
Mhm.
All Floyd got in the public eye is some tax problems, maybe a couple of problems with some females. See, when you disciplined and you focused, if they try to put some bullshit on you, your lawyer gonna eat that shit up and it's gonna disappear because they know you for what? Being in the gym, focused, not running around out in the street. But when you running around out in the street and you constantly getting in the shit, that's what they're gonna know you for. And that's what Adrian Broner is known for now. He just got his ass whooped and thrown out of club in Houston a couple of months ago. And they was going to rob him, but Jay Prince told the dudes to give him his chain back. Because you know, everybody respect Unc. That's what they call him. That's what they call Jay Prince in Texas. They call him Unc. So they gave him his chain back. But he was running around the club in Houston drunk, acting tough. So they washed him up and took his chain off his neck. Like, dude, how many situations you gonna get into before you really get yourself hurt? Like, you playing around with your life, dog. You got an opportunity of a lifetime. Get yourself together, dog. Get discipline. Get yourself back right. Get focused. Find your purpose again. And a lot of these young athletes lose their purpose once they get money. They stop forgetting about the athlete part of it and they just be focused on the celebrity and being famous. You see? And that's the problem with AB, man. It's not that he's not a great fighter. He's a great fighter. But he drinking, he smoking, he in the wrong environments. And the shit is showing. It's showing, man. So this is a perfect example when you lack discipline, when you lose focus on your purpose, man. And that should begin to affect your career, man. And it's doing that.
All right. Sonny, welcome.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to the panel. Much respect to the brother Sheep Stay Sleep. Much respect to you, JT.
Mhm.
Uh, I look at the situation, man. I see a perfect time to teach the youth, man. Teach our children, because like when you look at Adrian Bruner, he is like one of the sickest persons that I've seen in a long time. You know what I mean? He calls himself AB the problem Bruner, and that's what basically his life is. And unfortunately, there's some people out here who really won't get the picture until their head get bust wide open. You know what I mean? He constantly put himself in predicaments to where he's basically destroying himself. You know, he started out his career pretty good, making some good money. And next thing you know, all the money started to come, and he loses his focus. You know, he's getting like thrown out of clubs, arrested. Um, it's really sad. It's really sad. And I remember, you know, watching Floyd's career. Floyd, he didn't have a perfect career. You know, he got in trouble too early on in his career, as far as allegedly, um, you know, domestic violence with women. We don't know all the circumstances with it, but he was actually locked up for like a year, if I'm correct, or maybe almost a year, something like that. But I know he was out of boxing for at least a year behind that situation. But the thing that Floyd had, like my brother Sheep Stay Sleep was saying, is Floyd always had a laser focus. You know, Floyd can go to a strip club or go to a party and everybody around him is smoking. Everybody around him is drinking. And he just sitting there drinking some club soda or some water or something. And then right after the club, he back in the gym working out. You know what I mean? Adrian Bruner can't do that. Floyd was trying to get him to come to Vegas with him. And Adrian Bruner knew the reason why he didn't go because he knew that he wasn't focused enough to be able to do what Floyd do. You know, so his mind is very, very weak. He's very childish. Um, I happen to think that he might have got molested when he was younger because he shows some, you know, some beta male, some beta male tendencies to me. And unfortunately, he's linked up with Tank Davis, and his
Mhm.
spirit is basically rubbing off on Tank. And Tank
Yeah.
is right now, in my opinion, Tank is looking really dumb right now because you got arguably one of the best boxers in our generation in your corner, and you don't want to take his advice. You don't want to listen to him, whether you agree with him or not. Like if it was me, if I had an opportunity to learn from the best in whatever business venture or career that I'm trying to get into, I'm sitting at their feet because they have something that I learned.
Mhm.
And this is the problem that we're having with a lot of young people nowadays. Like they think they know everything, but they really don't. You know what I mean? So I see Adrian Bruner as a cancer. You know what I mean? If you're focused and you trying to live right, don't be around him because he's gonna bring the most temptation around you, the most seemingly fun. Next thing you know, you're gonna be getting oiled all the way up like Tank Davis. And you know, you watch his career, it seems like as soon as you see Tank Davis chilling with AB, that's when you start to see AB start to go down. Him and Floyd
Yeah.
start to argue.
Mhm. Yeah. But
So it's like, oh, go ahead.
go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Sorry.
So like, apparently Adrian Bruner and Floyd had some sort of problems, and next thing you know, Tank Davis and Floyd is having problems. So Floyd is, Adrian Bruner is basically a crab in the barrel, a crab in the barrel. You know, he's feeding Tank Davis some information, and because you can see it because he's acting just like Adrian Bruner right now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's unfortunate because they are the position they have so many things that a lot of us are trying to strive for. You know, they have it. You know what I mean? They have an opportunity to do so many things and they're squandering it. You know, we got a lot of lessons from a lot of boxers who, when they retired, they leave the sport broke.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And Floyd, he's trying to take these brothers and show them a way. Like if Floyd tell you don't purchase this right now because you don't need it, you need to listen to him. You
Mhm.
can't do like Floyd do right now because you didn't work to get everything that he has.
Right.
So don't look at Floyd and be like, well, Floyd not doing it. He did it early in his career. These people need to grow up, man. You know what I mean? And this is a great opportunity to look at what they're doing and pull our kids to the side and kind of like show them how they acting, and then use that as a teaching lesson. I'll pass the mic with that.
Okay. Brother Rob, if you want to get on, let me know so I can get you on too. But I'm gonna say something about Bruno, and then after that I'm gonna read some about Tank Dell. I'm just gonna speed read it and everything. But for Bruno, this been going on 2007. And I know there's gonna be some people say, you know, you need to give Bruno a break. The 2007, right now 2018. And plus, people understand this too, that he even got in trouble when he was an amateur. So that's longer than that. And I'm gonna read some about Tank Davis, and I'm gonna put I have to read it because this is very important. This is very important. You know, TMZ reports that Tank was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct in Washington, D.C. this morning. This was a while back. Fist fight over a bar bill. Davis reportedly racked up $10,000 charge and ultimately took the dispute outside. By D.C. law, disorderly conduct is a misdemeanor with a maximum charge up to 90 days in jail or a fine up to $500. This appear has been consensual birthing, so I don't imagine he had to worry about getting slapped with a battery charge. He said about things, okay. But this he began plus he get in the fights where he get in the fights with fans. And then this is really getting off hand. And we're gonna tap in different sports too, because it's not just boxing. So she Stacy, you get your take, and Sonny, you get your take, and
Okay. Well, you know, as we could see, there's a lot of legends like what was the brother name? You probably remember his name, JT.
sure.
Who he was a basketball legend and he died from an overdose on drugs.
He was a cosplayer.
Nah, he was a NBA, he was a park legend from New York.
Oh, Earl Manigault.
Earl Manigault. Yep. Now, I'm bringing him up because it shows how, you know, it basically makes my point that I made about Adrian Broner. When you stay in a certain environment. Now, Earl Manigault, he played in like the 70s, I believe. Am I correct, JT?
60s going to 70s, yes.
Right. Now, what time was that? Far as drugs, that was the heroin era. That was the heroin era. And during that time, it was cool, you know, to do heroin. Back then, they was freebasing. You know, that was before the crack era. The crack era came in the late 80s, early 90s. Before then, in the 70s, that was the dope era. Everybody was on heroin. That was the drug of choice, heroin. And he was a legend.
Yeah.
Park legend. Earl Manigault, he was a legend from Harlem. Harlem legend. And he couldn't leave the drugs alone, man. And I think if he really had a chance to get out of Harlem, to get away from Harlem, and was able to just play ball and be around positive people who was going to help keep him focused, he wouldn't have died from drugs, man. You know, another Park legend who was who I grew up watching, Ali Mo. Ali Mo died. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he was killed.
They was killed.
Think he got shot. Being in the hood in Harlem. He played with the And1 dudes, Ali Mo.
Mm-hmm.
He was another one, Park legend, NBA. He was NBA, and these guys were NBA bound. Like these guys could have went to the NBA. They were scouted plenty of times to go to the NBA. But we got to understand something about the NBA, man. The NBA is a brand. It's a corporation. And they not going to have certain guys, no matter if you talented or not, they're not going to invest in you if you still hanging around certain people.
Right.
That's doing certain things, man. And a lot of legends that came from the parks, especially in New York, they didn't have a chance to go to the NBA because of their environment. Environment is very important. The people that surround you is very important. It's not just about skill. It's about how focused you are, how disciplined you are. Because see, if those guys was much more disciplined, they would have known, like, listen, I got to get out of here. I got to find some way to get out. And a lot of times I would have to admit, growing up in the hood myself, it's hard to get out. It's hard because where you going to go? You going to go to another hood. You know, especially if all your family is just living in hoods. So where you going to go? You going to leave Harlem and go to Brooklyn? You going to leave Brooklyn and go to Queens? All you just doing is going from hood to hood. So it's hard for us. But you have to find a way. You got to sacrifice something, you know? And the number one thing you got to shake is the people. See, people don't want to leave the hood, not because they don't want to leave the projects. They don't want to leave the hood because of their friends that's there. They don't want to leave. They don't want to leave the hallways. I know, because when I go back to my hood, I do the same shit I was doing when I was living there. And they still doing the same shit. And honestly, every year that I go back, man, the shit get corny to me after a while. Because it's like, damn, we doing the same thing we was doing when we was 15. We doing it now. You know? And when you got talent, like those guys had talent, man, and the opportunities that was knocking on their door, you got to shake those people, man. You got to shake those people, because as long as you around those toxic people in that environment, you're going to keep smoking that weed. You're going to keep drinking that liquor. You're going to keep shooting that heroin. You're going to keep smoking that crack. You're going to keep sniffing that coke. Because that's what it is to be in that environment. That's what it is. Even if you try your best not to do it. If you around all your homies and you like, damn, man, I'm trying my best not to hit the blunt. You're gonna hit the blunt because you there. You're going to. Like, man, let me just hit it once. Next day, let me hit it once. Next day, let me hit it once. You do that for a couple months, next thing you know, you smoking blunts like a motherfucker. They done pulled you back in. And that's what happens, man. And it becomes a cycle. And then you ruin your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And Earl Manigault, he's a perfect example of that. Because he got addicted to the drug that was ruining his community. But that same drug that ruined his community was the same drug that all of the dudes who were somebody in the community was doing. Because in the 70s, like I said, that was the drug of choice. Heroin, freebasing, that freebase, that's what it was. So all the cool guys that had money, most of your drug kingpins and all of them around that time, they were sniffing heroin. That was the party drug. Like in the early 80s, before they turned the cocaine to crack, everybody was sniffing coke. That was the drug. All the pretty girls sniff coke. So if you a fly dude and you going out to the party, you and your homies gonna go in the bathroom and hit that line. That was normal. Just like how all the young kids now sip lean. That's what they do in the spot. They sip lean, they pop pills and smoke weed. That's their drugs of choice. You know, so them dudes, man, it's best, man. If you trying to be an athlete, get out that environment. Even if you gotta move to a small town where there's nothing there, where all you could do is train. But you gotta be around the right people in the right environment so you could stay focused, man. So you could stay disciplined to get what you want to get done. Because it's hard to stay focused when you growing up in the hood and you seeing everybody doing certain shit. It's hard for you to not indulge. And a lot of times that shit overcomes you. And then you lose your opportunity or you end up dying. Like Earl Manigault, like Ali Mo. You know what I'm saying? Ali Mo, the first time I met Ali Mo, he was in the projects. The first time I only met him once. A couple of months later, I found out he got killed. I met him one time. When I met him, he's in the projects in Harlem. He's in the projects in Harlem.
Right.
My man introduced me to him. He like, yo, do you know that's Ali Mo right here? I said, oh shit, Ali Mo from the N1 shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing outside with the hustlers. Then you wonder why you get killed. You know, so we gotta just try our best, man, to be around the right environment and the right people so we can stay disciplined. So that's what I gotta say, bro.
Okay. All right, James J. Unmute your mic. Curtis Hanson, watch out for your link. I sent it out to you. All right, cool. All right. We talking about athletes. He just said athletes not disciplined. That's what we talking about. So JMJ, you gonna talk about it a little bit, and then we're gonna pass to Curtis Anderson, and then we're gonna keep it going like that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. If you gonna work, you gotta. My uncle used to say, "You just stuff on the weekend, Friday, Saturday." Some people don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? They want to drink every day. Maybe one a beer or whatever.
You breaking up real bad, brother.
They breaking up.
But this stuff.
You breaking it real bad, brother. Matter of fact, go fix that. Then I'm gonna hit Kirk. Then I'm gonna hit you right back, brother. You go. I got you. All right, you gonna fix that. Introduce yourself, Curtis Anderson, and
My name is Kurt.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, what's up, panel chat? You know, Underrated Darkness. My name is Curtis Anderson. People call me Kurt Sugar. You can find me at Marlowe's Corner, featuring Trey X. I'm the resident guest on the show. You know, I'm passionate about boxing, but I can talk about an array of topics. I was listening to the brother before I got on, talking about, you know, the drugs, Eric Manigault, you know, and other stars. You know, you had Pee Wee Kirkland. He was a dealer, one of the biggest dealers out at that time. I'm 52, so I caught everything right in the middle in the late 70s and all throughout the 80s and 90s.
Okay, but the question I want to ask you, Kurt, why these athletes cannot always getting into trouble. Now you can talk about boxing, whatever. Matter of fact, tell us more about Davis, about Tank Davis and his problems.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know, people used to ask me how far Tank Davis would go, and unfortunately, you know, I don't know if he could win the big fights because it has nothing to do with his physical skills. You know, it's him getting in trouble, man. You know, you cannot be a street dude and be a successful fighter. You could play baseball, you could play basketball, but you can't play boxing. You know, Mike Tyson, and, you know, he used to hang out 125th Street. You know, me and the brothers from Newark, we used to go over there, get our Dapper Dan suits. Tyson was always over there. He was always in Dapper Dan, hanging outside, listening to music in his car. And I'm like, I think this nigga got a fight coming up. And he outside. And it came to fruition in Japan against Buster Douglas. And I see, you know, Tank, you know, doing the same thing. You can't control nobody. Tank has to control itself. But see, he wants to be a star. He wants to be a hood star. There's a big difference. He don't want to be a Hollywood star. He want to be Hollywood star. He want to hang out at the local bars. I know about Baltimore. You know, I used to hang out at Melba's and the 5 Mile House and all the clubs and stuff down in Baltimore. And Baltimore is real ratchet, man. It's a rough city, just like Newark. You know, so you can't be a fighter and do that. You know, his weight is going to be fluctuating up and down, getting into fist fights. Nigga ain't having that. The streets is always watching. And his next fight, he might get a slug. So, you know, Tank, he lacks discipline because he's in love with the hood. I never did like the hood. That's we've been put there to be unproductive and to kill each other, and that's what happened. So, you know, Tank got to get his life straight real quick, man.
Okay. Very good. All right, JMJ, back at you. Unmute your mic, JMJ.
Yeah, what's good?
Okay.
Underrated.
Yeah.
JP. Good? I'm a good?
Yeah.
Man, when it comes to sports, man, you got to be real healthy and shape, just like the military. You feel what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
When it comes to militaries and stuff like that, you can't be smoking or drinking. I had that problem. I had that problem once, man. But you know what I'm saying? You got to be really, really in shape and have some doggone discipline. You know what I'm saying? And it's just mess up your body and health like that. But other than that, man, you gotta stay in shape. That's why Floyd is doing what he doing because of people ducking and being out of shape. You know what I'm saying? And they get one good fight and knock somebody out. Then it's another year or two or another 2 or 3 months or sort of like that doing BS and ain't trying to get in shape. You understand? Basketball players, football players. You know what I'm saying? They try to get in shape for their sport. You know what I'm saying? Baseball too. 162 games. NFL 16 to 17 to 18 games. NBA players 82 games plus 15, 16, 17, maybe even. Oh, man, that's why they try to stay in shape. LeBron James, for example, stay in shape. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James stay in shape for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? Until they get gruesomely hurt or something like that, or some accident. You know what I'm saying? NFL. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find out how you can stay non-injury prone. You know what I'm saying? Some people get injury prone off of stuff like that, or they hit you the right way. You know what I'm saying? Baseball, you know, try to avoid, try to avoid pitches. You know what I'm saying? Try to avoid pitches that will break your wrist or your arm or hurt a leg, dislocated ankle. You know what I'm saying? So in sports, you have to stay disciplined on your craft. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Broner, yeah,
Okay.
he's a hype man, but he needs to get himself together and start fighting again, man. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Yeah, his kids, he got kids, and so looking up to him, and you out here partying like it's 1999 or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? You party like it's 1999. I know you go see your kids or something like that, but don't do this. This is an everyday thing for it seems like it's everyday thing for Adrian Broner or whatever, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But he need to go see the kids is supposed to be the role model for the daddy. The kid's supposed to be the role model for the daddy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see your kid out there like that. If it's your uncle, your cousin out there, they see you. Why is you out here in the club and shit? Because of your daddy. Because of my daddy. He do that. And he's a successful celebrity. No. Can't do that. You gotta be better. You know what I'm saying? Try to be better than everybody. Better. They say try to be better, real better, but stay in the standards of your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Or your mama. Or anything else, man. That's why I say everybody need to get it together, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Okay. Thanks a lot. But there's one fighter that I'm gonna bring up as the late great, from Cincinnati. Kirk, I need your help on that. A matter of fact, he's the fighter fought in the '76 Olympics. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard. He beat Thomas Hearns. And then he beat the Spriggs brothers. What is it? Aaron Pryor. Now Aaron Pryor was dealing with drugs for a long time. And he's getting a lot of stuff right here. So Kurt, I'm gonna start you off with that. Tell us the problems that he get into, and I want the other brothers to talk about it.
Oh man, Aaron Pryor had he's hanging with a bad crowd in Cincinnati, man. And his friends, he was in drugs. He used to fight with his family. They used to take his money. They wasn't taking care of the house. Aaron Pryor had a lot of out of the ring problems, man. His family really hampered his ability to concentrate. He only lost one fight, and that's when he came back. He lost to Billy Joe Young, after he came back. He was undefeated before he left boxing, but he had a lot of problems, man, and it led to his demise, man. Aaron Pryor was a good dude, but it's just circumstances being around hood dudes and having a greedy family. Ask Gary Coleman about that. But everybody got their hand out, friends and family. Can bring you down just because you family. You don't have to stay family, and they can be your worst enemy, especially when the money was rolling in. He bought them a big old house, and they didn't take care of the house, and the bank foreclosed on it. So he had a lot of demons, drugs. He had his own cocaine man, used to deliver cocaine like it was the mail. He just, he's the prototypical quintessential fighter or person that when he got fame, he should have moved away. You cannot have all that money around and live in the same hood as you grew up in. It's sad, but it's very true. He should have moved away. He would have been better off from his family and friends.
Thank you. Okay, she stay sleep. It's Sunny, and back to James J. James J.
Well, I really don't know much about Aaron Pryor, but I do know um a few guys, you know, that was in my high school
Okay.
that could have went to the NBA, but you know, they hung around, they just hung around a bad crowd. You know, even I'm gonna say even one of my best friends, man. He right now, or I'm gonna say he's been training in Floyd's gym in Vegas for like the past 2 3 years, but he hasn't been able to get a fight because he can't make weight, and it's because of his lack of discipline, because of the people he around. Like I tell him, you know, why don't come back to the hood? Why you keep going back to the hood? Hang around boxers, hang around people that's trying to do what you trying to do, because you're gonna lose focus. And he's very undisciplined, very, you know, and it's because of the people he around, you know. When you hanging around dudes that gotta live a certain way that you not trying to live. See, I think a lot of them are talent and they could be on the big stage. I think a lot of times it be fear to the point where they don't want to, they afraid to make it. It's like, why would you want to hang around? We out here every day doing what we trying to eat. You don't have to be out here trying to eat no more. So why you hanging around us for? And it's like they want some form of validation. Like, why you want to be a street dude? Why you want to do street shit? We don't even want to do street shit. We doing street shit because we trying to eat. You don't have to do street shit and you can eat. So why you want to be around us? You know, I don't understand that mentality. You know, it's very hard for me to grasp that, but that's why he hasn't had a fight yet, because of his lack of discipline, and he just won't do what he's supposed to do. You know, and I honestly think it's fair. You know,
Okay. That's cool. All right. Sonny.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, shout out to JMJ. Shout out to Kurt Suge. You know what I mean? It's an honor to be on the panel with you, Kurt, the boxing encyclopedia.
Hey, thanks a lot, son. I appreciate that, bro.
No problem, brethren. But the brother gave some very great examples of boxers when they lose their focus. He talked about Tyson, you know, seeing Tyson, and then around the time he's seeing him not focus, how he saw him basically, you know, go lose to Buster Douglas. You know what I mean? So like, I think back at like I wanted to make this point about Tank.
Go
You
ahead.
know, when Floyd was trying to put him on, you know, Floyd was trying to get him to move to Vegas. You know what I mean? He knows that Tank is in the hood. He knows that, you know, he's not going to be as focused as he should in the hood. So Floyd, he tried to, you know what I mean, bought him a little crib, bought him a nice car, put some money in his pocket. And I guess Floyd was expecting him, okay, now you can just go ahead and focus on your boxing abilities, and being the best that you can be. And like Floyd, you know, it's like, yo, I'm here to help you move to the next level. But then again, in Vegas, you still have so many distractions. You know what I mean? Tank wasn't able to stay focused. You know, he was missing weight. He'd actually lost one of his belts because of that. To his credit, I think that he did get to a point where he tried to turn his career around by going with another trainer and moving to somewhere that's remote to where he can actually train, and he looked a lot better. He made his weight like he was supposed to. At one point, he had made some comments talking about, well, he's not going to hang around Adrian Bruno no more because, you know, Adrian be on some bull. But once again, we see Adrian Broner still around, and you see the cancer cell just taking effect in his life by his last events, by him getting in trouble, getting in a fight, whatever. You know what I mean? So like we see this over and over again when these boxers are not focused. Being from the streets, not really having no mentor, and they taking the streets with them. You know what I mean? So like we see it over and over again with Mike Tyson, the NBA player that you mentioned, Len Bias, all these different athletes that have the world at their feet, but not able to stop the temptation and to really focus. You look at somebody like Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins. He's from the hood. You know what I mean, but he was able to really focus in his career and have one of the best careers. You know what I mean, one of the best boxers in a long time. I would say top 50. Bernard Hopkins, top 20 to me. We don't see that laser focus anymore well, take it back, Bud Crawford. We don't see Bud Crawford getting in any trouble. And he's their hood's a little different, but he's from the hood. You know what I mean? So when you look at certain boxers, they're coming from the hood, they're coming from nothing, they don't have no father figures. All their family is the streets. And then they get into a position where they run into a lot of money. They're taking all their problems, all their attitudes with them wherever they go. And then they got friends back home that they want to help out. Because normally, like, if you just move out the hood, right, and you doing real good, and you just come back, but you have friends back there, you might not be able to come back to the hood like that, like talking about. So they got to learn another way to be able to help their friends in the hood. You know what I mean? Maybe you can help them help themselves by putting them in a position to for a business. You know what I mean? Like, there's different ways that you can help your people in the hood versus just having them around you, being a leech and being, I think these boxers, these athletes, they need to hire some sort of security team or somebody around them that is paid to help keep them in line. Like, if they know that they're not disciplined enough.
Yeah. Okay. But one person I want to bring up, I'm not saying that I'm not going to say that it's not alone, but I did a video today about Earl Spence, the way how his body looks. And I feel that's alarming because I first seen on Ticket TV, and it was alarming to me because, everybody, as you know, Kurt Sugar, Sonny, and J and the other ones, but the momentum really start going toward Earl Spence to bring boxing back to a prominence, especially in the welterweight division. And what troubles me is not just the stomach and the titties that he shows. That's not the problem. My problem is that it seems like to me it's slipping away. And while he hanging out with Tank Davis and definitely AB, for me, he got to make a decision. Do I want my family in boxing, or I'm hanging out with them and going with? Because to me, Tank Davis is not that far from AB. Not. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring up Earl Spence. I'm saying like that. What do y'all think about it? and I'm gonna put it at J&J.
Man, when I seen that, man, when I see aerospace like that, man, I was like, Lord have mercy, man. With AB and with Tank, man, I'm gonna bring a couple of examples too. I think one example too. Van Baker, when he was the alcoholic, they said he was drinking liquor. You know what I'm saying? And man, it kind of depressed me about Van Baker back in the days too, and it disappoints me with Errol Spence too. You know, yeah, it didn't really make no sense. How you gonna be a great fighter, you know, and you doggone heavy belly and doing other stuff like Keith Thurman doing too, man. It's just missing the boxing. It's like what it used to be, man. You got all this technology, you got all this science and all this good stuff, man. And I understandable you trying to be one of the greats of all time, like the 60s, even the 1900s, man, with Joe Louis, Jack Johnson, and everybody else, you know, 70s, probably 60s, 70s, Ali, Frazier, and others, man. Ken Norton, and others try to stay in shape so they can fight George Foreman and them. The 80s, Tyson, Sugar Ray, Marvin Hagler, you know. The 90s, you had a little bit of Roy Jones in there. And my favorite, really one of my favorite fighters that I didn't know this, Sweet Pea was on, Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker was on dope. Mm-hmm. And I was shocked to hear that. And I'm really surprised at boxing. And shout out to the whole LDBC because they put me back on to boxing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Kurt Sugar, Curtis Patterson, man, I appreciate you coming on. Underrated and others. Sunday about to talk, stay sleep. I appreciate y'all putting me on to this panel, man, so we could talk this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It needs to be. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Curtis Anderson too on Marlo's Corner, blood boxing and all that, man, because we need some of this stuff and take us to the classics. I'm about going on 41, 42, man, because we haven't seen boxing like this. We had never seen boxing like this. Ducking, drinking, smoking, getting in trouble and stuff like that. You probably rarely see that. But it's getting out of hand, man. Boxing need to come to its really sport right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Basketball too, a little bit, football too, and all that other stuff, man. So I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I'ma still listen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
That's not. All right. Per Sugar.
Well, Earl Spence, man, when I seen him, with Tank and laughing, it turned my stomach, man, because he don't seem like that type of dude. But then again, money changes you. He's getting $3.5 million to fight his last two fights. About $7 million. So money changes you. You can't. But I got good vibes about him. I can read people very well. I don't want him with Tank and AB. AB stands for always a bridesmaid. That means always coming in second. And he tried to drag Tank with him. And it seems like Tank is following him. But with Earl Spence, I believe Earl is his own man. You know, I'm not trying to say that you can't go out once in a while, but it has to be controlled. See, in the Spider-Man movie, with great power comes great responsibility. And you have to be responsible because God has given you a talent, you know, that's a gift. Look at Dow Strawberry. Could have been one of the greatest home run hitters ever.
Yes.
Dwight Gooden could have been one of the greatest pitchers ever. Nobody went messing with Dwight Gooden in '84. You know, Mickey Mantle, the great Yankee, he played in the World Series drunk. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
Ferguson Jenkins pitched in the game on PCP.
Yeah.
You know, and see, you know, coming up in the '80s, just like the brother said before a while ago, you know, cocaine, women was doing it. I used to go to this club called Zanzibar in Newark. It used to close at 10 in the morning. They was doing cocaine like it was candy, bro. That's why they call it nose candy. And see, there's a difference because, see, back in them days, you had boxing programs in every inner city. And I don't want to go off the mark, but everything coincides with each other. And see, when cocaine came, the city wasn't giving no money for the kids anymore. So that's why now you have a whole bunch of, you know, young black kids getting high in their own supply. But getting back to Earl Spence, he should not be with them dudes. I ain't say he should alienate himself, but if he start going to the clubs and hanging out and stuff like that, he gonna suffer the same fate. It's easy. You know, you got women come around, you know, you got fancy cars, you got jewelry. Money is a drug, bruh. But you have to balance it out, meaning that you have to have a certain mindset to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go out once in a while. Floyd used to go to the strip clubs, drink a glass of milk, and then go running and then go right to his gym at 4 in the morning. That's discipline. You know, now I got good vibes about Earl Spence, but I don't want him around them dudes, man. If he continue to be around them and pile around them, they might try to pull him in. But I think he is his own man. I'm not there. I don't know him personally, but I think he'll be all right. But for Tank, you know, I don't know. Because if he fight Lomachenko, he doesn't have the maturity level to win a big fight. But it's still time. It ain't too late. He has to get away from AB and certain them dudes that he around. Because one of the dudes in his entourage, he was at the fight. The FBI was looking for him. Them dudes was running with Tank. They was called, not Black Gorilla Family. It was an offshoot. It was the Young Killers. What? Damn, I forgot their name. Yeah. And the dude that was with Tank, the FBI was looking for him. He was sitting at the Barclays Center. And the FBI caught up with him. They got a name, Young Thugs and Training, something like that. They're offshoot of Black Gorilla Family, but you got to get away from that lifestyle. I ain't saying alienate yourself, man. You know, come see me at my house, but you cannot be in the hood. You can't be driving a $200,000 car in the hood and think niggas will try you quick. They'll try you quick. So Tank, he has to separate himself from that. But Earl, I think Earl will be all right. Earl like to hang out here and there, but he'll be all right. He was at the strip club. That, I was like, all right, whatever. But if he start doing that more and more, because that money can change you, bro. You stop training. You don't train as hard. You got that bag. You securing that bag. Yeah. Earl's star is real bright right now. And he's getting money now. So we got to keep our eye on him to see, what's going to happen with Earl. Because you ain't winning no big fights if you ain't concentrating.
Yeah. Okay. I hope I don't have to do another show, or at least might be a part 2 of it. But I hope not. I really don't. Well, she stay asleep.
I totally agree. I totally agree with the brother, Kurt. That's really what it boils down to at the end of the day, man. What these brothers going to have to do is they're going to have to go and let the dudes know in the hood, listen, man, I'm the prize. I'm the bag. So I can't afford to fuck up. If I fuck up, y'all all fucked up. Cause if I'm feeding y'all and I mess up my way to eat because y'all want to be knuckleheads, then we all fucked up. You feel me? Like these dudes gotta really explain that to they homies back in the hood. Like, listen, if y'all want to hang out with me, if y'all want to do this and do that, listen, all that dumb shit y'all like to do, don't bring it around me. Because if I lose what I have, then what am I gonna have to help y'all with? See, we have to start like really taking hold and honing in our black excellence. Like I was just talking about on my live.
Mm-hmm.
We have to start honing in the people that's going to represent us. We have to let the people know that's around them, or they have to do it. They have to take the responsibility and say, yo, y'all smoking all this weed and all, yo, y'all can't be smoking weed around me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the Sprinter van, y'all smoke weed in the Sprinter. You know, don't have that around me. We not doing all that stuff around me because I got an image to uphold. And it's not that I'm being fake, it's part of the game. It's part of the business. You know, the camera's gonna come around me. I can't have the goons around me. You know, he gotta like Tank, he gotta know, like, get them dudes from around you, man. Keep them dudes in the hood. When you wanna go and trick off in the hood in the strip clubs, then you bring the goons with you. But why you bringing them to the Barclays Center? You're supposed to have hired security with you. Because at the end of the day, you gotta maintain a professional image. You have to explain that to your folks. You can't let them run, you can't let them run your ship. Because at the end of the day, they only around you to benefit from you. So let them know, be honest with them. Like, yo, if y'all want to keep eating, then guess what? Y'all gonna have to tone shit down when y'all around me. And a lot of times I'm not gonna have y'all around me like that. If y'all want to keep eating, because it's gonna bring heat to me. And this is heat I don't need, and it's heat y'all don't need. Like, why would he have dudes around him that the FBI looking for? For one, by him hanging out with a high profile celebrity, you bringing the FBI to you. Number one. So you basically snitching on yourself by hanging around a high level celebrity. Cause the feds and hip hop police, they around all of that. They around these people. So why would you be around that? That's how you know his goons is stupid. Cause if the FBI looking for me, I'm not going to hang out with my man who be around Floyd Mayweather. Why would I be around him? I know the police gonna be around. And then on top of that, you bringing the FBI to me. Because if y'all get caught up in something, they're going to start questioning me and why I had y'all around me. So this is why I speak about social responsibility. You got to be more socially responsible. You can't be having goons around you 24/7. It don't work like that, dog. You are a professional athlete. Hire some security. Now, when you in the hood and you around the ratchet stuff, then you have your goons. That's what they for. They there to secure that environment. They're not there to be in a Barclays Center. Come on, dog. You gonna get your man's gonna get they self caught up, and then they gonna get you damn near indicted because they're gonna start questioning you.
Right.
They're gonna start going through your paperwork and see if you giving these dudes money and what they using the money for and all of that shit. Because that's what they're gonna they're gonna do that immediately. They're gonna tie you in to their criminal organization. That's what they did with Murder Inc. and the Supreme Team from Queens.
I used to run with them a lot.
And they ran, and look what happened to Irvin them. Irvin them whole shit got dismantled. Got
Yep.
their whole shit dismantled. Why? Because y'all are involved with a criminal enterprise. They got hit with the RICO law. What you think gonna happen to Tank if the dude they was looking for, they find out he got bodies under his belt? Then they find out you funding these dudes, you giving these dudes $100,000 a month. What you think gonna happen? Your career's gonna be over, dog. It's over. So come on, man. Like, I totally agree with you, bro. That shit gotta stop, man. For real, for real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Before I get to you, Sonny, Kurt, you say you used to run with the. So what?
I used to be on 40th and Vernon around 87. That was the height, in Queensbridge.
Okay.
It was Blicky, it was Black Just, he died. He got shot. I could tell you everything about 50 Cent used to be out there, the rapper. And then you had the real 50 Cent. He was a stick-up kid. Supreme used to throw parties, Fat Cat Nichols. I can go to the whole thing, but I ain't dry snitch on nothing, man. It was what it was, but you had the Q, like different clubs and stuff like that. But at that time, man, Queens was just crazy because as a 17-year-old kid from New Jersey, I became obsessed with New York. You know what I mean? So I used to catch the subways and ride back and forth so I could know New York. Then, I stayed with a girl up there and I got cool with some brothers. And, we used to go to Valley Stream. They had that shootout at the movie theater that year. So it was crazy, and a lot of people died. Black Just, and Ill Will and all them, man. But the hood is a very destructive vice, man. People think it's cool and all that. It's not, because if you don't have your mind straight, you're gonna fall by the wayside. And some of them brothers that sell drugs, they can ball. There was this nigga named, I think, Mookie or Pookie. He played for this street team in Brooklyn called Kenny Kings.
Yeah, I know. Y'all talking about, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. And they was undefeated for 2 years. He was on dust. He was on everything. It's this drugs. This came and decimated the black community, and we're seeing the remnants of that by the way these kids act. There's remnants of it. The crack baby era is still here. Look how something is off chemically with these dudes. They gay and all that. The way they dress, it's just sign of the times. I can't relate to none of this. I'm about to be 52. I can't relate to none of them. I can't relate to the music. I was rocking British Walkers and Wallabies and stuff like that and Playboys. I can't relate, bro. I can't relate to the music. I know Get Your Money. I saw the Forbes top 10 list. I never heard of Russ and Logic, but them niggas getting money or whatever. Get your paper. But I can't relate to none of it, man. I listen to Kool and the Gang and Earth, Wind and Fire and Chic. But anyway, it is what it is, man. But the hood is a destructive vice. My brother used to steal ceiling fans and VCRs because he was trying to sell, and he got high on his own supply. He took my family through hell, my younger brother. This nigga used to unscrew ceiling fans, used to steal all my jewelry, used to steal vacuum cleaners, man. So, my friends and all that, man, because crack just came and wiped everything out. It got bloody. It took it to a new level. It was a cheap high. And that was like mixing oil and fire, man. So, these athletes, man, I'm telling you, man, I like Tank a lot. The boy got talent. He can punch, man. He can punch. He can fight, but, if he dedicated himself to his craft, he'd be top 5 pound for pound. And he's young. He can go on another 7-year run, man. And he could beat Lomachenko because he has the ability. And we ain't see the best of Tank yet. But it's see, there's a saying I say in boxing: a good fighter can beat you with his fist, but a great fighter can beat you with his mind and his fist. And see, that's the difference right there. Tank got to get out those streets before it's too late. He running with them niggas, man. That's not good. Hit them off with some dollars. They'll be like, you know what? We understand, Tank. Don't do like 50 did. 50 boy was Bangum Smurf, in Queens. And 50, he alienated himself. All he had to do would be like, hit you off with some money. You know, because money, they'll be like, all right, we understand 50. You doing your thing in Hollywood, and they respect that. You know, but Tank, you know, he having fist fights outside of got a $10,000 tag he ain't want to pay, and I heard that dude ain't do bad against the meat. I heard he was putting hands on Tank. In the ring, that's different. Out in the streets, totally different.
Right. Yeah. Well, Sonny.
Indeed, man. I want to chime in on Errol Spence, man.
God.
I've been watching Errol Spence for a while, man. You know what I mean? Been a fan for Earl for a while, and I've been watching inside the ring, outside the ring, and to me, it always seems like you know, after a fight, he does always seem to put on some pounds. So for me personally, I'm not really putting too much into that particular thing because I've seen it before. Me personally, to me, when I see Errol Spence, to me, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do see a little change in him as far as his mannerisms and his attitude. There's a little change in him. Um, Maybe some of that is rubbing off on him, but to me, I see Errol Spence because he comes from a different background. You know what I mean? He has elders around him talking to him. You know what I mean? So he kind of has his head on straight to me. So to me, when I watch Errol Spence, he seems like the only one that's kind of like the voice of reason between all of those boxers. When you look at the Charlos, you know, when you watch them together, you see the Charlos to start to snap. You know, she'll kind of chime in like, yo, chill, chill, chill. Same thing with AB. The same thing with Tank. Like he's kind of the one that's like, yo, don't do it this way. But at the same time, it's like I feel like they trying to get Earl Spence to be a little bit more vocal. You know what I mean? So I see the influence in that aspect as for Errol to be more vocal, but I still feel like Errol Spence is focused. I don't really get that vibe that he's not. I would like to see him be in a little bit more shape, but to me, uh, I've been seeing him do this for a little bit, you know, for a while. Like I always seen him looking kind of chunky in the face after his fights. Uh, but the brother Sheep Stay Sleep was absolutely correct. You know what I mean? Everybody's correct in everything they said. Did I pass that mic?
Um, right now, I want y'all to. Oh, I want y'all to pick what y'all think about is different sport that you remind me of. This person remind be in trouble, but they never get out of it. And solutions. So I'm going to start from She Stay Sleep. Of any sport, some athlete that comes to your mind.
First one that keep coming to my mind is Chad Ochocinco.
Okay.
Um he got into a lot of little issues because he just was like, I think he lost his discipline as far as just being a football player. He was more focused on um I think he was more focused on um his celebrity more than him being an athlete. And I think he got caught up in that shit. And you know, I saw how he used to eat before games. Like he'll go to McDonald's and buy Big Macs and like he would. I used to be like, yo, how do this dude, And like I said, I got one of my best friends. He's an athlete. A lot of athletes that I know that I grew up with, they eat horrible. Like they are very undisciplined. And that's why they always getting injured. Like like a guy that's always getting injured, an athlete that's always getting injured, you always got to go back to their discipline, their eating habits, um, a lot of them, they're gonna always work out, but it be what they eat. And Chad, I feel like he got in trouble because he lost discipline. He lost focus on him mastering being who he was in the NFL, and he got caught up in being a celebrity. And he started dealing with them women, man, and that shit ruined him. You know, he was messing with that reality chick, that reality star chick, Evan Lazada.
Mm.
She's batshit crazy. You know, kind of find out that woman has mental problems. Like she was on what's her name?
Ayanna
Ayanna
Van
Van
Zant.
Zant. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was on there. That woman's crazy. Like she really got mental problems. But that's what happens, man, when you lose sight. You know, the same thing happened with T.O. T.O. got caught up in a lot of BS too, because dudes lose focus, man, and they start thinking that their celebrity, you know, and it does in a lot of ways. Being a celebrity is you become much bigger than you being an athlete. People is more focused on your celebrity than you actually be an athlete. And I think a lot of times that should just get to their head, man, and they lose focus. But that's the first person that keep popping in my head is
Okay.
Chad Johnson.
Yeah, good. Okay. Um, Kurt.
Yes, sir. To me, is Josh Gordon. He just got traded to the Patriots. You know,
Right.
this dude got talent, man. I seen him in school. I'm a big college football fan. I said, this dude can play, but he
Yeah.
kept doing stupid-ish, man. You know,
Mhm.
another one, you know, getting high or whatever and running red lights, just
Yeah.
stupid stuff. And he's at the team where he can't do nothing. He can't even sneeze wrong because they cut him. You know, the Patriots, they don't play that.
Oh yeah.
You know, the Browns had enough of him. They couldn't wait to get rid of him. You know, they say it's other reasons, but everybody know in Cleveland, Oregon, that they wanted to get rid of him. He became a problem child. You know, so now he's with the Patriots. And that's not by mistake because they know the Patriots don't play that. If he sneezed wrong, he gonna be out of football, man. And the dude got talent. So I want to keep my eye on Josh Gordon and you know, to see how he, you know, can stay out of trouble because the dude got skills, man. See, when you have talent, it has to be nurtured and it has to be coddled. You got to take care of your body, what you eat. You know, your body won't do you wrong if you eat right. And I know because I'm a diabetic. That runs in my family, but I used to eat all wrong. But you know, and you got women, that's a vice. You got drugs, you know, so you have to watch out for the pitfalls in life as an athlete. You're one of the very few who made it to the NFL, and you could have had a max contract by now if you would have did the right thing. You know, so you know, I'm gonna keep my eye. I would say Josh Gordon.
And you know what? Before I continue, Josh Gordon, a lot of people realize he the first receiver in the NFL had back-to-back over 200 receiving yards.
See, dude got skills, man. I seen him. I know what he can do.
Back-to-back 200 yards. It's hard in the NFL. I mean, I'm sorry. It's hard in the NFL as a receiver get a buck, but he get 200 back-to-back. That's an excellent choice. I was gonna say that too. Sonny.
Indeed. Help me out, brother JT. I forgot the brother's name, man, but he played for your team on the New York Giants, man. One of the greatest linebackers of all time,
Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. Um, one of the greatest that I've ever seen, right beside Ray Lewis, maybe even better than Ray Lewis. Um, you know, throughout his career, he struggled with drug issues, um, and just watch the kind of demise. But watch, imagine if he wasn't on drugs throughout his career, all the things that he could accomplish. You know, all the money that he allowed himself to lose. You know, I'm not sure what his financial situation is right now, but I do know because of all his drug abuse that he squandered a lot of his money, a lot of his money, and it's a shame that we have all these different examples. Um, and I know these young people see it, these young athletes see it, but they're not really taking heed, you know. So that's to me, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, man. Lawrence Taylor.
Okay. Now for me, um, it was this basketball player named Michael Ray Richardson.
Wow.
He the
Wow.
first. He's the first basketball coach got kicked out of the NBA, and he had chances. And I remember I seen him because he went to 314, and then he won a few ones that each team he made. Each team that he went to, they made the playoffs. Magic said once upon a time, Michael Ray was the best in the league. He was scared of him. Magic said he was actually scared of him because he had that speed and stuff like that. Michael Ray could do it all. When I'm people that we be doing, he could do it all. Offense, defense, crazy, all that. Sweet. I'm talking about fast. And you know, he would not leave, he would not leave that, that white powder alone. He just couldn't. I believe he tried, but a few times he skipped out of rehab until the commissioner had to kick him out. And Cigarette Richardson said that's the best thing he ever done to me. And like he always said, what he could have been if he would not be on drugs. We probably wouldn't even talk about Magic. We weren't even talking about. And I'm saying if he would have stayed with the New York Knicks, I'm saying like this. I'm just saying when you get another player beginning of his career is Bernard King. First career, he dealt with drugs. He didn't bounce back to back till he got himself clean. So we had people, we did people here that, I want to ask each and every one of you a solution. It could be double solution, doesn't make a difference. It could be multiple, it doesn't make a difference. So, Sonny, I'm going to start from you. What solutions that these players, these athletes in the future should take?
Indeed, man. I think the solution, man, is these athletes need mentors, man. That's not enough, mentors, man. Because like a lot of the descriptions that we're giving and the people that we're talking about are people from areas that's really bad, like from the hood. You know what I mean? We talk about Tank Davis. We talk about Mike Tyson. Um, they're in hood activities. They're doing hood things. They're around people that are doing some really hood stuff. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, they're their friends. You got athletes who uh, uh um they don't have no father figure or no mother figure. You know what I mean? So some of these boxers or athletes, they need a real male figure in their life to kind of give them wisdom, because we see when you take them straight out the hood and they don't have no support, the things that they do. Case in point, Tank. Case in point, Adrian Bruner, Mike Tyson, and all the other uh, uh, all the other people that was named. So from my perspective, man, I think that's what we need.
Okay. She stay asleep.
I'm gonna say a solution will be they need to be around. They need to put themselves in a better environment. They have the money. They have enough money to never be in the hood. You know, so there's no reason for you being around toxic people. And not to just say toxic people are just in the hood, because you got plenty of scumbags in corporate America and, you know, people that got money. But what I'm saying is they don't have to be around people that not want to see them fall, but is in an environment where nine times out of 10, if you don't get out, you will fail. So a solution, the solution I think is stay away from that shit. Stay away from the environment and stay away from the people who dwells there and people that want to bring you there. You know, because if one of my friends was a millionaire, I don't want to hang out on the block. Why we hanging out over here? My man a millionaire. Why am I bringing my man over here? Why we in the corner store? You know what I'm saying? Let's go on a yacht or something. My man's a millionaire. We not hanging out here. You know, if I was his friend, we not, yo, dude, let's go. Let's go get on a plane. Let's go be somewhere else than here. So my solution is, man, he got to change his environment, and the people who represent that environment, stay away from them too.
Okay. Oh, before I get to you, Kirk, for me, it's raw artist. And I know people say, why raw artist? He had so much talent. I remember I followed him back, and when he was in Queens, I followed him in high school, in college. He's one of the few players. He has so much talent. He could do both. I'm telling you, he created his own shot. He got a jump shot. He could lay up. He could always excellent defense. But he could have been a top NBA great, hands down, if he would not get caught up in some weed, coke, drinking and stuff. And I think what happened for him when he went in 2004, when he got in the fight at the Silverdome, I think they called it Silverdome back then, in Detroit, and when he went up on the crowd. Now, even though the people saying that, oh yeah, but they do something at him. Okay, that could be true, but he could never really control his behavior. And then at that time, they banned him for the rest of the year, like over 70-some games. Then a few years later, he went to the Lakers and stuff, and Kobe, that's his last championship. Kobe won the Lakers. And, then he got one in there and everything. That's what they had Lamar. Oh, they had a pretty good team, though, too. But till this day, he still cannot control his behavior. And another one is Dennis Rodman. That's another one. And see, like, some of these people don't get it. They just don't goddamn get it. All right, Kershaw.
To me, man, is God himself, man. God gives you an inner peace. He gives you a discipline. He keeps you grounded. I had a vice with women, man. I had to get out of it. I prayed, man, and I never experienced inner peace or discipline, because, see, an athlete has money. He can do anything. He has the rights to it. Drugs. He can go out whenever he wants to. He can buy expensive things that's going to attract leeches. But if he keeps himself grounded and his belief in God or whatever, that's my opinion. He can, he can give you a peace that you would never experience before. And it's deep, it's real deep. because them players, man, you know, they can have any and everything. And teams, they got people who shadow them, but they so undisciplined, man. They do what they want to do whenever they want to do. You know, so it's very subjective conversation we having, man, because you know if they don't have the discipline or whatever, man, they gonna do whatever. They gonna go to strip clubs and we ain't nobody to tell a grown man how to live. But like I said earlier, what great power comes with great responsibility. God has given you a gift, so if it's not taken care of, you're gonna lose it.
That's true. That's true. Well, I want you to stay right there because I'm going to have your last remarks. We'll stay right there. But I usually read the chat now. The ones in the chat at the top, which thanks for coming. You out the way, Jaquan Thomas, Kiana Scott Bay. Thanks for coming, Queen. Brother Rob, I hope everything all right. I salute to you. Thanks for coming. King Diesel, thanks for coming. Welcome to the Darkness family. Come back. Thank you so much. I want to know, do you do content? If you do, let me know. So put it in the chat so I'll let people know to support you. JMJ, thanks for coming on the panel and always keep it real. I appreciate that and hope you're safe out there in the Carolinas and everything. Appreciate that. Sonny Boss Talk, I'll get to you in a few minutes. Malik Omar, thanks for coming, my brother. Shout out to LDBC. Excellent. They said projects are called that because of the experiment. Salute to Sonny Boss. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. That's so true. I said Jaquan Thomas. Okay, I did say that. I see. Thanks again, my queen, for always supporting me, always support the movement that I'm doing, and I'm trying to do, and very much appreciated this stuff. Hopefully one day I'm gonna get you on the panel so we could talk about the women, because we gotta talk about the women. Women athletes get in trouble too. So if I could do that, you know what I mean? So might do that in the near future. Let's see. She stays here. I'll get to you in a few minutes. 89 TV. Always salute my brother. Keep on doing your thing. And that's very appreciated. Now, Sonny, last remarks.
Indeed. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2.
Yeah, man. Once again, man, want to give honors to everyone who came out to the chat today. Thanks for your good input. Thank honors to everyone who came into the panel today. Very wise brothers. Honors to you, brother JT, for this great topic. My last remarks would be, you know, we see examples of these athletes and the things that they do to destroy themselves and to destroy their careers. I do think that what they do we can use for our benefit for a teaching lesson for the youth. You know, because these people are living their lives right in front of us. You know what I mean? We can sit some of these youth down and kind of go over some of these people's careers and point out certain things they're doing wrong, and we might be able to shed some light that way, so that when these young up and coming people, when they get in the same position, they may not make the same mistakes. You know what I mean? So with that, I say peace.
All right, peace. Hold that for once. I want to stay right there. She stayed free. She stayed free.
I'm gonna say, first of all, shout out to everybody that's on the panel. Appreciate y'all tuning in and, you know, participating with me and my brother tonight. Shout out to everybody in the chat for the participation. And My thing is, man, discipline is very much important, man. We not just for athletes, man, but really just in general, we gotta be disciplined, and in order for us to get what we want out of life, a lot of times we're gonna have to sacrifice certain things, even some things that may make us feel good. I'm learning that myself, as I get older. I'm learning that myself, man, that sacrifice is key. Some shit you just gonna have to give up in order to get to the next level. And a lot of these young cats, they really don't understand that. But they're gonna see as they get older, man, that if you're not willing to sacrifice old habits and things that make you feel good and get out your comfort zone, it's gonna be hard for you to get whatever you want out of life. So my thing is that's what them brothers gonna have to do. They're gonna have to sacrifice, being hood famous and having all the girls from the hood who didn't like them in high school. Now all the girls like them because they rich and, going to the strip club, throwing a bunch of, they're gonna have to sacrifice all that shit if they want to be great athletes and to go down in history. So that's my thing.
Okay. All right, Kurt.
Hey man, these some intelligent brothers, man, on this panel, man. Ain't nothing like an intellectual conversation, man. You just feel different, instead of being around a bunch of knuckleheads, man. Shout out to the chat, the panel, you Underrated Darkness for a great show. I'm very grateful to join the panel, man. These athletes, they gotta, to piggyback off the last brother sheep, they gotta have discipline, man. Seriously, man, because like I said, with that money, man, you got means to destruction. So, you gotta have responsibility, and show accountability for your actions, man, because you can, if you want to go from the NFL or the NBA to getting a 9 to 5, be my guest. You're gonna regret it though later on. So, you got to stay strong. And it's just, I'm proud of my brothers. I'm proud of my people because this is just a microcosm, sports or music, just to show you how great we are as a people. But we have to we have to hold ourselves accountable for our own actions, man. The decisions you make in life, man, will come back and haunt you. So you got to be wise. So, I just want to say peace out to everybody.
Yes, stay right there. I want to appreciate each brother right here. And I do this. I did 2 videos today. One's about Earl Spence and one about Pacquiao. And I want to get your take on it. Sonny, I know I sent it to you. Did you got it? Sonny. Well,
Indeed, man.
all right.
Indeed.
Did you got the videos that I sent?
Yeah, I did. I finished the first one. I still got to go back and finish the second one. Ran into a couple of things,
Okay,
but
what you think about the first one?
yeah, man. I thought it was a great video, man. Um, I kind of gave my opinion about Earl Spence, though, man. I mean, I just happen to think that just from watching Earl Spence, man, for a few years, yeah. Now I'll say about at least 4 years I've been watching Earl Spence. Well, not 4 years. I don't know, maybe about 3 years. I've been watching Earl Spence. Um, I noticed that after the fight, he seemed to always gain weight. He's not like Floyd. Floyd stays in shape all year round. I mean, and not to say that Errol Spence not in shape, but he's in shape all year round. Um, but I seem to think that I do see a difference in his attitude a little bit. Like maybe he's not as humble as he used to be. I can't put my finger on it. But when I watch his interviews and I see him, he seems, I don't know if he's a little bit more aggravated, but I do see a difference. But I also see that um, he does have higher maturity level than the Charlo brothers and higher maturity level than AB and Tank. And I watch them when they're all around, and I see times when they start acting up. And Earl Spence, he's the one that steps in. Case in point, the altercation that Tank had with the boy from Philly,
Tevin Farmer.
Tevin Farmer. You know what I mean? It was Earl Spence that stepped in between them to kind of calm that things down because I'm pretty sure he could see things was going to escalate. So I think Earl Spence, in a way, he's kind of been a beacon of light for them brothers, man. But you dealing with dudes who don't want to listen to nobody, and that's for Tank and AB. They got arguably one of the greatest boxers of all time in their corner, or for AB in his corner at one time, giving them advice. Now, who wouldn't want to? If you had the opportunity to have Muhammad Ali in your corner, or a Sugar Ray Leonard in your corner, why wouldn't you want to listen? You know what I mean? So I don't really see that negative vibe really going to affect Earl Spence too much because I think that he has too much embedded in him from his father, from his family. Him and his father are very close. Tank, I'm not sure what Tank and AB. I'm not sure what their situation is with their fathers, but you can tell that as far as a real stable male in their life, they really don't have one. Tank kind of had one with his first trainer, but it was only but so much the brother can do. So, but I enjoyed the video as all your videos, brother.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Chief Stacy, did you see? I think you see one of my videos, right?
Yeah, I watched it, bro, and I think I commented on it too. So.
Oh, okay, all right. You did come. I'm sorry. You sure did. Okay, Kirk, I seen you too. Seen you too. What you think about it?
Well, I'm gonna watch them. As soon as I get off here, I always follow you, bro, and I'm gonna comment. Plus, I'm gonna hit you on the jack later on.
Yeah, do that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Just want to ask because always trying to improve. But this is an excellent conversation that is need to be needed. And I want to say one thing to Ronald Gomez. No, first thing before I get to Ronald Gomez, King Debo, I had to take that off because we don't use that word no more. Instead of SUB, we gotta say that I support you, and then when that person send it back, I got you. That's how it's got to be because YouTube is little by little is taking subs away for nothing. So we gotta switch to King Diesel. So I had to take that to erase that. So like I said, from now on, whoever want to like do that, I support you. And then when that other person send it back, just let them know that I got you. That we're gonna keep it like that because a lot of YouTube is messing up. All right, you gotta keep it like that. So the ones who got that information, pass it out, please. Don't use no more SUB. Don't use that. The YouTube is messing. And Ronald Gomez, I just want to tell you, you keep it up, all right? You keep on fighting. You know, you special, all right? I need to let him know that. Because he's going through a lot. So I'm not gonna get into that, but he going through a lot, you know. And so JMJ 2121, thanks again. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the brothers. And like I said, this need to be needed. Share this stream. And until next time, whoever travels tonight, be safe. And the brother, on behalf of the chat and the brothers on the panel, Ghost.
Peace.